Hello, my friends. Come, sit with me for a moment. I want to ask you something important. Have you ever noticed how some people in your neighborhood are still walking every morning at 95, while others seem to slow down much earlier? Maybe you've been to a birthday party for someone turning 100 and thought, what do they have that others don't? Well, here's the truth that took me years to understand. Living a long life isn't really about having perfect genetics or knowing some magic secret. It's more about what your body doesn't have. It's about the diseases you've managed to avoid. Think about it this way. Your body is like a garden. If you keep the weeds out, the flowers have room to grow for many, many years. Those weeds, they're the 5 major diseases we're going to talk about today. Now, if you're over 60 and you've been fortunate enough to avoid these 5 conditions, I have wonderful news for you. Your body is showing all the signs that it could carry you well past 90, maybe even to 100 or beyond. This isn't just hope or nice words. This is what medical research and real-life observations tell us. These 5 diseases aren't rare or unusual. They're actually very common. That's what makes avoiding them so meaningful. They're the quiet thieves that slowly take away our energy, our strength, and our years, often without us noticing until much time has passed. But here's what gives me hope. Understanding these diseases means we can protect ourselves from them. Even if you're already in your 70s or 80s, the choices you make today still matter. They matter more than you might think. So please stay with me through this entire video. I promise you'll learn something that could change how you think about your own health. And who knows, you might discover that you're already doing better than you realized. By the end of our time together, you'll understand what these 5 diseases really do to our bodies, why not having them is such a powerful sign, and most importantly, how to protect yourself going forward. Let's begin this journey together. Disease number 1, heart disease. Let's start with your heart. If you've made it past 60 without heart disease, you've already jumped over one of the biggest obstacles to reaching 100. Now, I know heart disease sounds scary, but let me explain it in simple terms. Your heart is like the engine in a car. It pumps blood to every part of your body, day and night, without ever stopping. It beats about 100,000 times every single day. Can you imagine? Over 100,000 times without you even thinking about it. But here's what happens as the years go by. The tubes that carry blood, we call them arteries, they can get stiff. Small bits of fat and calcium can stick to the inside walls, making the tubes narrower. It's like when old water pipes get clogged up. The water still flows, but not as easily. When your heart has to push blood through narrower tubes, it has to work harder, much harder. And just like any machine that works too hard for too long, it starts to wear down. Most people think heart problems happen suddenly, like a heart attack. But the truth is, heart disease grows quietly over 20, 30, even 40 years. A little bit of stress here, some unhealthy food there, not enough movement, too much worry. All these things add up slowly, year after year. But if you're in your 70s or 80s and your heart is still strong, that tells me something beautiful. It means your blood vessels are still flexible. It means your blood pressure hasn't been fighting against you. It means your body is still managing stress well. Let me tell you about George. I knew him many years ago. He lived to 97 years old. George wasn't a marathon runner. He wasn't a fitness fanatic. But you know what he did? He walked every single morning, rain or shine. Just 20 minutes, nothing fancy. He told me once, your heart keeps a record of how you treat yourself. He ate simple food, vegetables, fruits, a little fish, not too much of anything. He never smoked. He barely drank alcohol. And here's the most important part. He laughed every day. He didn't let anger or bitterness sit in his chest. When doctors checked him at age 85, they were amazed. His arteries looked like they belonged to someone 30 years younger. You don't need to be perfect to have a healthy heart, but you do need to be consistent. Small good choices, repeated over and over, protect your heart better than anything else. Moving your body, even just walking or light gardening, keeps blood flowing smoothly. Eating whole foods with plenty of fiber keeps your arteries clean and staying calm, forgiving quickly, keeping stress low. This protects your heart faster than any medicine. If you've avoided heart problems until now, celebrate that. But don't become careless. Many people develop high blood pressure or irregular heartbeats in their 70s without feeling any symptoms. Keep checking your blood pressure. Know your cholesterol numbers. These small checks are like insurance for your long life. Your heart doesn't just control how long you live. It controls how well you live. When your heart is strong, your mind stays sharper, your energy lasts longer, and even your mood stays brighter. The fact that you don't have heart disease isn't just luck. It's proof that your body is still working in harmony with itself. The disease number 2, diabetes. Now, let's talk about diabetes. If you've reached this age without diabetes, your body has kept something very precious, the ability to balance itself. Let me explain what diabetes really means, in the simplest way I can. When you eat food, your body breaks it down into sugar, glucose. This sugar goes into your blood. Now, your body needs that sugar for energy, but it can't use the sugar while it's floating in the blood. It needs to get inside your cells. Think of it this way. The sugar is like mail, and your cells are like houses. To deliver the mail, you need a key. That key is called insulin. Insulin opens the door so sugar can go inside the cells. But in diabetes, something goes wrong. Either your body doesn't make enough keys, or the doors stop recognizing the key. So the sugar stays in the blood. It can't get into the cells where it's needed. When sugar stays in the blood too long, it starts causing problems. It makes the blood thick, like syrup. This damages your blood vessels, your nerves, your kidneys, your eyes, even your brain. It happens slowly, but the damage is real. But if you've avoided diabetes well into your senior years, it means your body still knows how to listen to itself. Your cells still open their doors when insulin knocks. Your blood sugar stays balanced naturally. This is not a small thing. This is a sign that your metabolism, the way your body processes food, is still working beautifully. I once knew a man named Harold. He was 84 when I met him. He never counted calories, never weighed his food, never stressed about eating perfectly. But he lived by one simple rule. Eat until you're satisfied, not until you're full. He avoided sugary drinks. He kept his meals moderate. He stayed active through gardening and walking. His blood sugar? Perfect, even in his 80s. When someone asked him his secret, he said, "I don't feed my body what makes it fight itself." That one sentence captures everything. Diabetes happens when your body has to fight too hard to process what you're eating. Too much sugar, too often, for too many years. Eventually, the body gets tired of fighting. But moderate eating, whole grains, vegetables, lean proteins, plenty of water, keeps insulin working the way it should. Your energy stays steady. Your organs don't wear out early. Your body continues repairing itself efficiently. Avoiding diabetes also protects everything else. High blood sugar stiffens your arteries, strains your kidneys, increases your risk of memory problems. That's why people who stay diabetes-free often think more clearly, see better, and heal faster. But prevention doesn't stop after 60. Even if you're healthy now, your choices today still matter. Eat balanced meals. Don't skip meals, but don't overeat. Stay hydrated. Water helps your body process sugar better. Keep a healthy weight. Get enough rest. Poor sleep actually raises blood sugar. Diabetes is one of the greatest thieves of longevity. The fact that you don't have it means your body is still working with you, not against you. You've kept the balance that medicine tries so hard to create artificially. And that balance, more than anything, is the quiet foundation of a long, graceful life. If you're finding this information helpful, please leave a comment with the number 2. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I truly encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your support means everything and helps us continue creating content that can make a real difference. Now let's continue. Mud disease number 3, stroke and circulatory problems. If you've lived this long without experiencing a stroke or serious circulation problems, your body has passed through one of the most dangerous gates of aging. A stroke is frightening because it can change everything in an instant. One moment a person is fine. The next moment they cannot speak, cannot move one side of their body, cannot remember their own family. Sometimes they survive, but they're never quite the same. But if you haven't faced this, it means something very important. It means your blood vessels are still strong. Your blood pressure hasn't been battering your arteries. Your brain is still getting all the oxygen it needs. Let me explain what a stroke really is. Your brain needs blood just like every other part of you. But the brain is very, very sensitive. If blood stops flowing to even a small part of your brain for just a few minutes, those brain cells die. They don't come back. A stroke happens when blood flow to part of the brain suddenly stops. Sometimes it's blocked by a clot, like a cork stuck in a pipe. Other times, a weak blood vessel bursts, flooding brain tissue. Either way, brain cells die, and the abilities they controlled, speaking, moving, remembering, disappear with them. But why do some people have strokes while others don't? It comes down to the health of your blood vessels and how hard your heart has to work to push blood through them. High blood pressure is called the silent killer because you can't feel it. You might feel perfectly fine while your blood pressure is dangerously high, quietly damaging your arteries day after day. But if you've kept your blood pressure steady and kept your vessels flexible and clean, you've protected not just your brain, but your kidneys, your eyes, your heart, everything. I remember a woman named Ruth. She was 86, still sharp as a pin, still walking half a mile every morning. Her doctor told her once, "Your arteries are softer than people 30 years younger than you." She smiled and said, "That's because I never let anger stay overnight." And she was right. Science now proves that chronic stress, holding grudges, staying angry, these things constrict your arteries and speed up plaque buildup. But peace, gratitude, forgiveness, these actually promote blood flow and help your vessels repair themselves. That's not spiritual talk. That's medical fact. Good circulation also means better aging overall. When blood flows easily to all your organs, your hands stay warm, your skin looks healthier, your thinking stays clear, and your body recovers faster after any exertion. To protect yourself going forward, keep monitoring your blood pressure regularly. Stay active. Movement keeps blood vessels flexible. Manage stress through whatever works for you. Prayer, music, nature, conversation. Eat foods that protect your vessels. Leafy greens, berries, nuts, fish, and stay connected to people you love. Loneliness actually damages circulation. If you've reached your 70s or 80s without a stroke, you've achieved what millions wish for. A brain still nourished by clean, strong blood vessels. Your clarity, your balance, your personality, everything that makes you you remains intact because your body has maintained one of its most vital systems. That's not luck. That's the quiet reward of years of living with awareness. And it's one of the clearest signs that your path toward 100 is still wide open. Disease number 4, cancer. If you've reached this stage of life without being diagnosed with cancer, it's one of the strongest signs that your body has won a very difficult, very long battle. The battle for cell control. I know cancer is a frightening word. Just hearing it makes many people anxious, but understanding it removes some of that fear. Let me explain cancer in the simplest way possible. Your body is made of trillions of tiny cells. Every day old cells die, and new ones grow to replace them. This is normal and healthy. But here's what's remarkable. Your body has rules for how cells should grow. Cells know when to divide, when to stop, and when to die. Cancer happens when cells forget the rules. They start dividing when they shouldn't. They don't stop when they should. They ignore signals from the body. And they start growing in places where they don't belong. Think of it like a garden where plants suddenly start growing wild through the walkway, over the fence, choking out everything else. That's what cancer cells do. But here's the amazing part. Every day, even in perfectly healthy people, a few cells make mistakes. A few cells start growing wrong. But your immune system, your body's defense army, finds these troublemaker cells and destroys them, before they become dangerous. This happens every single day without you knowing. The older we get, the slower this defense becomes. But if you've reached your 70s or 80s without cancer, it means your immune system is still awake, still watching, still protecting you. I once met a woman named Margaret who lived to 101. When people asked her secret, she always said the same thing: I never let bitterness stay in my body. She wasn't being poetic, she meant it literally. Scientists now know that chronic stress, unresolved anger, and constant inflammation actually suppress your immune system. When your immune system is weak, those abnormal cells have a chance to grow unchecked. But Margaret's peaceful nature, her simple diet full of vegetables and tea, her habit of sitting in the sunshine every morning, all of this kept her immune system strong while her friends began to fade. Avoiding cancer also comes down to what you've chosen not to do. Smoking damages DNA in your cells every single day. Excessive drinking weakens your liver's ability to remove toxins. Ignoring regular health checkups means problems aren't caught early. Many people who live long cancer-free lives share one thing: they pay attention. They notice small changes. They don't ignore symptoms. They get regular screenings even when they feel fine. If you've avoided cancer this long, it's not just luck. It's a combination of lifestyle, mindset, and yes, some genetics, all working in your favor. It means your cells still obey their natural rhythm, dividing when needed, repairing when damaged, resting when appropriate. That harmony is what gives your body the potential to last well into the century mark. How to protect this blessing? Continue regular cancer screenings appropriate for your age. Eat plenty of colorful fruits and vegetables. They contain compounds that protect DNA. Stay active. Exercise boosts immune function. Get quality sleep. Your immune system repairs itself during deep sleep. Maintain meaningful relationships. Social connection actually strengthens immunity. And practice forgiveness and let go of old hurts. Remember, you're not fighting cancer. You're supporting the body that's been successfully protecting you for decades. Feed it well. Rest it well. Keep it moving. Give it joy. These aren't small things. These are medicine in disguise. If this information is speaking to you, please comment with the number 4. Your engagement helps more people discover this content. And please subscribe if you haven't already. We're building a community of people who believe in aging with strength and dignity. Now let's continue. We're disease number 5, chronic lung disease. If your lungs are still clear, your breathing is steady, and you've never faced chronic lung disease like COPD or emphysema, that alone places you far ahead on the journey toward long life. Most people don't think much about breathing. It's automatic, right? Breath in, breath out. We do it about 20,000 times every day without thinking. But your lungs are doing something extraordinary with every single breath. They're bringing oxygen into your body and removing waste. Every cell in your body depends on them. Your brain, your heart, your muscles, everything needs the oxygen your lungs provide. As we age, our lungs naturally change. The tissue becomes less elastic, like an old rubber band that's been stretched too many times. The muscles around the ribs get weaker. The airways can become narrower. For some people, decades of smoking, pollution, or repeated infections scar the lungs so badly that every breath becomes a struggle. They can't walk across a room without stopping to rest. They can't play with their grandchildren. Even talking becomes exhausting. But if you've made it into your later years with clear lungs and easy breathing, it means your respiratory system still has the flexibility and strength it needs. I knew a man named Leonard who lived to 102. He never had fancy exercise equipment or a strict fitness routine, but you know what he did? Every single morning, even in winter, he took a long walk, at least 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. He used to say, "The lungs are like children, they behave if you use them." And science completely agrees with him. Deep, regular breathing and physical movement keep the airways open, flush out stale air, and maintain strong circulation through the chest. When doctors checked Leonard at age 90, his lung function was what most people have at 60, all because he refused to let them sit idle. Avoiding chronic lung disease also protects every other part of you. When your lungs deliver oxygen efficiently, your heart doesn't have to strain, your brain stays alert, and your immune system works better. Seniors with strong lungs heal faster, sleep better, and think more clearly. It's no coincidence that the longest living people in the world in places like Okinawa, Sardinia, and the Blue Zones tend to live in areas with clean air and spend lots of time outdoors. But even if your lungs are healthy now, protecting them is a lifelong task. First, your posture matters more than you think. Many older adults unknowingly restrict their own breathing by sitting hunched over or slouching. Try this right now. Sit up tall, roll your shoulders back, expand your chest. Feel how much easier it is to breathe deeply? Do this several times throughout your day. Stand tall, breathe deeply. It keeps the muscles around your ribs flexible and increases your lung capacity. Second, your home environment plays a huge role. Avoid chemical cleaners when possible. Use vinegar and water instead. Don't let dust build up. Keep your space well ventilated. If you live in an area with poor air quality, consider getting indoor plants. They naturally filter toxins from the air. Third, what you eat affects your lungs. Foods rich in antioxidants protect the delicate lung tissues. Berries, leafy greens, oranges, and citrus fruits, green tea. And stay hydrated. Drinking enough water thins the mucus that naturally builds up with age, helping your lungs expel waste more easily. Fourth, never ignore a cough or shortness of breath that lasts more than a few days. These are your lungs asking for help. Early treatment of infections prevents long-term damage. What's most remarkable about strong lungs is how they reflect your overall vitality. They're not isolated organs working alone. They mirror your habits, your environment, your attitude toward life. If your breathing is deep and effortless, it means your body still has rhythm and balance. Avoiding chronic lung disease doesn't just add years to your life, it preserves your independence. You can walk, laugh, and rest without gasping for air. You can travel, climb stairs, and live fully without constant fatigue. Every clear breath is a quiet victory, and every one you take after 70 is a sign that you've mastered one of the most important keys to longevity. So here we are, my friend. We've walked through all 5 diseases together, and if you've made it into your later years without heart disease, without diabetes, without stroke, without cancer, and without chronic lung disease, your body is already telling you something extraordinary. You've built a foundation, a real solid foundation for a century of life. These aren't random strokes of luck. They're signs of balance. They're signs of daily choices made with awareness. They're signs of an internal system that has stood the test of time. Reaching older age without these illnesses means your organs are still communicating the way they should. Your blood flows freely. Your immune system still fights effectively. Your body remains adaptable to whatever life brings. It's proof that you've lived not just long, but wisely. Think about it. Every habit you've maintained, what you choose to eat, how you manage stress, how you rest your body, how you forgive others instead of holding grudges, all of this has quietly shaped your resilience. But longevity isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about nurturing vitality. The people who reach 100 don't chase youth. They respect rhythm. They eat simply, but well. They move daily, even if just a little. They keep curiosity alive. They stay connected to others. They adapt rather than resist change. And above all, they never stop believing that life still has purpose. So if you're watching this and you're free of these 5 illnesses, take a moment right now to recognize how rare and remarkable that is. Really pause and appreciate it. You have already won half the battle for a longer, fuller life. Now your task, your beautiful task, is to protect what you've built. Keep your body active, even in small ways. Keep your mind curious about the world. Keep your heart at peace with yourself and others. Longevity isn't a number on a birthday cake. It's a relationship, a daily relationship with life itself. It's a commitment to gratitude, to moderation, to movement, to connection, to joy. Keep that relationship strong, and reaching 100 won't just be possible. It will feel natural. You've been given a gift, the gift of a body that's still working with you. Honor that gift, care for it, listen to it, and it will carry you forward year after year with grace. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I mean that sincerely. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your own life. Your thoughts are truly important to us. Reading your comments gives our entire team motivation and encouragement to keep creating content that matters. Maybe you learned something about your heart health. Maybe you're going to start walking every morning like Leonard. Maybe you're going to forgive someone you've been angry with. Whatever it is, share it with us. If you found this video helpful, please click that like button. It really does help more people discover this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I truly encourage you to do so. Click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We're building a community of people who believe in healthy aging, who want to learn, who want to support each other on this journey. Your support allows us to continue creating content that informs, inspires, and makes a real difference in people's lives. And one more thing, if you know someone who would benefit from this information, please share this video with them. Maybe it's a parent, a friend, a neighbor, or a spouse. This knowledge could genuinely help them understand their health better and make choices that add years to their life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about your health, and thank you for being part of this community. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself. You're worth it.